Yes, ma'am. In this limited time, 1 hour, we can target the one separate act in our direct taxation part. What is that, ma'am? Block Money Act 2015. Survey days 4 marks, ma'am. Sir, if it is missed, definitely one MCQ they will give. Yes, remember Block Money Act 2015. Weightage, ma'am, 4 marks. Weightage 4 marks. Now, so normally direct taxation related example, always we are referring the income tax only as of now. Wealth tax is there previously, now that is abolished. But one more example we can say, that is an what ma? Block Money Act related tax also example for direct tax only. What is the full name of the act, ma? Block Money. Okay. Block Money, we can say Act 2015 generally, but full name of the act is Block Money Undisclosed Foreign Income and what ma? Asset. Okay. So meaning of block money, they are given directly or indirectly, ma. What is that meaning, ma? Block money means what, ma? Undisclosed foreign income and asset. Okay, if any block money is there, then on that we have to impose the what, ma? Tax. So in which year they are the given, ma? 2015. So main differentiation I will tell you, hereafter you don't have any confusion relating to the black money, etc. Generally, section, yes sir, we have in section, section 68 to 69D. These sections we have in our first chapter, basic concepts. If any income identified in these sections, that is treated as what, ma? Undisclosed, what, ma? Undisclosed income. What is that, ma? Undisclosed income. Regarding this undisclosed income, we are required to collect the tax under section 115 BBE, that is 60% of tax, 25% surcharge, 4% health and education cess, effectively 78%. Remember? Then what about the Block Money Act, sir? Yes, remember, if any undisclosed income is identified under this section in India, this is only tax rate we are going to apply. If any undisclosed income identified by the AO from outside India, then we have to apply the which act, ma? Block Money Act. This is only clear differentiation. Many students are confusing about, sir, undisclosed income. Some cases you are applying the Block Money Act, sir. Some cases you are applying the what, ma? 115 BBE. So there is a clear differentiation. Now we are discussing if any undisclosed income, yes sir, outside India, outside India. Now please let me know which act we are going to apply, ma? Block Money Act. So full name you know. Okay, we can write by heart the full name also, ma. What is that? Block money, within the bracket what, ma? Undisclosed foreign income and asset on imposition of Tax Act 2015. Now what is the rate, sir? Okay, on which amount we are going to levy the tax? Yes, first we will discuss, ma. That is an undisclosed foreign income plus what, ma? Asset. Any undisclosed foreign income and asset. So on that we are going to levy the, yes, any idea about the rate, ma? How much rate? Any idea? 30%. Yes, sir. How much rate we are going to apply under this act? 30%. There is no education cess also. There is no surcharge, etc. Under this act, clearly they are given the what is the rate? 30%. Shall we start this act? Yes. Background we can discuss first. Introduced in Parliament. Why Parliament? This is a centralized levy. So income tax also, yes sir, passed in the Parliament only. Block Money Act also Parliament. What is the date? MCQ important 20th 3 2015. Now President assent given on what date 26 May 2015. That means nearly 2 months taken. President assent taken on what date? 26/5. It is notified in the month of what? July 2015. Means in official gazette that is notified on July 2015. This act applicable whole of India including Jammu and Kashmir. Now, in this act first we can discuss the section 3. Section 2 definitions only. In this act also section 2 definitions only. Section 3 now we are talking provides a tax at the rate of how much 30%. Charged on every SSE. Charged on every SSE. Every assessment year in respect of what value? Total undisclosed foreign income and asset of what? Previous year. In any previous year, if any SSE related, if you identify the any undisclosed foreign income and foreign asset in that assessment year, you are going to apply the 30% tax. Now I will apply the, yes I will apply one example here. Suppose SSE, who is an SSE? Mr. A. Any person, he having the one house property outside India. Super. Means that is an undisclosed asset located outside India. Sir, why you are calling it as an undisclosed? Because that is not disclosed in the return of income. During the 2015 example, I invested some amount in the house property located outside India, but that year I am not mentioned these details in my return of income. Yes, now on this house property, can I generate some rental income? Yes, that is only undisclosed foreign income. And next here asset is nothing but what? Undisclosed foreign asset. Both the things are generating or located in where? Outside India only. So this value please calculate. Suppose this value of the property 5 crore is there, rental income 1 crore is there. This is only simply block money. On this we are required to apply how much? 30%. Only income, or we are considering the asset also? Both. Are you understood? Yes. This is only we are calling it as an block money. Yes, on this block money we are going to apply the how much rate? 30%. That is only in act also. Undisclosed what? Foreign income and undisclosed foreign asset. That is only called as block money. On that we are imposing the what is the rate? 30%. Very easy. And in CA final block money act is there, but in that in-depth syllabus is there, but not required to read all. Just like advanced ruling only. Before exam 5 to 10 minutes reading is enough. If you are reading both groups, no need to revise before exam. Means nothing but now only you have to perfect in this total act also. Section 3 done. Now this is only I will say section 3 as an what? Charging section. because on which amount we are going to levy the tax, that clarity given in section 3 only. So that's why it is only charging section for the entire Block Money Act. So next section ma, please refer section 4. Now you only say that on this amount we are going to levy the how much rate of tax ma? 30%. What is the scope? Any idea about the scope ma? Scope means what is that amount included in these undisclosed foreign income and asset. Sir, in a intermediate also, in residential status chapter, you calculated the scope of total income. For resident and ordinary resident, global income is taxable. For non-resident, only Indian income is taxable. Like that here also, what is that amount included in the, total undisclosed foreign income and asset? Shall we discuss ma? Yes. For which year we are required to calculate ma? For any previous year, we are required to calculate relevant to that assessment year. In assessment year, we are required to pay the tax at the rate of 30%. Now, 3 points are there ma. 3 points are there. First, I will tell you. Here I want to calculate the first asset value. Next what ma? That asset related income value we have to compute. First, income from a source located outside India means nothing but what ma? One asset located outside India. From that asset, whatever that income is generated, if that income already disclosed in return of income, will it be included here? No. That is only which has been disclosed in the return of income under Income Tax Act 1961. Under Block Money Act 2015, no separate returns are required ma. For this also, we have to file the normal returns under Income Tax Act 1961 only. Can you tell me, there isn't one asset outside India. For that asset, from that asset, we are generating some income. That income disclosed or not disclosed ma? Not disclosed. That's why that should be included in the scope of undisclosed foreign income and asset. Second one ma, income from the source located outside India only. Return of income required to be furnished, but we are not at all file the what ma? Return of income. Both the impact is same, undisclosed only. What is the difference ma? First point, you filed return, but in that return of income, this amount not disclosed. Second point ma, you are not at all filed any return of income. So nothing but first 2 points are talking about what ma? Income or asset related ma? Income related. These first 2 points are talking about what ma? Income related. Now asset. So all assets are undisclosed assets only we have to include. Undisclosed only. Sir, for that value is there. That means fair market value we have to include. So what are the things can be included in the section 4 ma? Income from the asset located outside India. Income from the asset located outside India. In which cases ma? Return furnished, but you are not disclosed that income in the return of income. You are not at all furnished any return. So that amount you have to include here. Next ma, if any asset is undisclosed, that value also we have to include. On that value, we are required to pay, what is the rate ma? 30%. Now, please remember ma, I will explain you in a practical way regarding this red color point. MCQ important. Okay. Yes sir, we have one house property plus that house property related income also. Generally I am taking house property, you can take any asset also Swiss bank account, bank balance we are maintaining, that is an asset. On that interest generated, that is an income. General example I am taking the house property. Now SSE filed return of income. In that return of income, yes sir, we are not disclosed these things ma. Disclosed or not disclosed ma? Not disclosed. That means undisclosed. Actually you have these incomes, you are not disclosed in this return. Now assessing officer, now who is a assessing officer doing assessment, now he identified that all these things, yes, which you have in your hands, but located where ma? Outside India. Because of this identification, what will happen ma? Total income will increase, as well as tax liability also will increase. After completion of assessment, AO will send the what ma? Assessment order along with the what ma? DN. DN means what? Demand notice. Already taxed under Income Tax Act 1961 or not ma? Yes. Already it is taxed under which act ma? Income Tax Act 1961. You not disclosed, but who identified all these things ma? AO. Will it be possible or not possible? Possible. Okay. Then again, can I include whatever the things are increased by the assessing officer in assessment? Can I include in the section 4 of Block Money Act ma? Yes sir. Can I include again in the section 4? Can I impose 30% ma? No. Why? If it is taxed in block money, it is called double taxation. Already we identified by the AO in assessments, and it is an already taxed under Income Tax Act 1961. Regarding whatever the penalties are there regarding that undisclosed, we levied at the rate of how much ma? 78. Tax also levied at the rate of 78, because in the Income Tax Act 1961 that is identified. Yes sir. Because how AO identified is all the things ma? By using the, yes sir, section 68 to 69 he identified unexplained investment, unexplained assets. These are all the things are identified, and he levied the already tax also. Again, yes, they are asking about the, can I include these things in the section 4? No. That is only point. Any variation made in income from the source outside India in assessment or reassessment of total income of any previous year of an SSC under Income Tax Act 1961 in accordance with the PCBP provisions or income from others provisions or transfer pricing by using what ma? Income Tax Act 1961. Can you tell me here variation identified or not identified ma? Identified. That's why only we are increasing the total income by using the provisions under Income Tax Act 1961. Now, it shall be included or it shall not be included in the scope of total income, sorry, scope of undisclosed foreign income and asset ma? It shall not be included in the Block Money Act 2015 under section 4. Why it is not to be included ma? To avoid the double taxation. Sir, very easy chapter, but you have to remember all these things first. Income Tax Act 1961 only first and foremost ma. If you are not falls under Income Tax Act 1961, then we have to levy the tax under Block Money Act regarding the undisclosed foreign income and foreign asset only. Block Money Act scope is regarding that what ma? Undisclosed foreign income and asset only. Already if it is taxed here, no need to tax under what ma? Block Money Act. Sir, in MCQ they are given the, yes sir, they will give you shall not as an blank. You have to write it down it as a not. That type of MCQs they are given in a past exam, but not now. Are you understood ma? Okay. General questions up to now. If any undisclosed income identified by the AO in India, what is the tax rate under which section? 115 BBE 78%. Undisclosed foreign income and foreign asset is identified by the AO later, that is taxed at the rate of what? 30% under Block Money Act. So this example also you have to remember. What is the scope included? What is the scope of an undisclosed foreign income and asset? Income not disclosed in the return. Income related not at all file the return of income. Then asset related value of the undisclosed foreign asset we have to take. So value 5 crore. This income 1 year. Total how much 6 year. On that we are required to apply 30%. Again, suppose this example undisclosed foreign income and asset is there, but that is not disclosed. That's why that is only what undisclosed. AO identified already. In assessment we are already collected the tax. Again, regarding these undisclosed foreign income and asset, shall we levy the tax under Block Money Act? No. So that's why we are excluding from the scope. Are you clear? Next point. So definitions I am going to tell easy definitions only, remember. Already I told section 2 containing always what definitions. Section 2 contains definition. What is the definition Undisclosed asset located outside India. Simply what undisclosed foreign asset located outside India. Many students are thinking that asset means always house property or any other physical or tangible assets only they are taken. No. If I am invested in any foreign company shares, that is also undisclosed foreign asset only. Asset including, read any financial interest in entity. Example, if I am holding some shares and securities in the foreign companies, that is also what foreign asset only. If that is undisclosed foreign asset. Located where this all the things outside India. Sir, that may be held by the SSE in his name, or SSE can be held as an what beneficial owner. Sir, my father purchased the shares. My father is beneficial owner. Who are paying the consideration? Beneficial owner. Who are deriving the benefits? Beneficiary. Anything also okay. Yes, sir. Now, up to now, this isn't called as an foreign asset only. When it is called as undisclosed, if assessing officer asking an explanation, we are not giving any explanation regarding how we are investing. Or we are given an explanation, AO is satisfied or not satisfied? Not satisfied. Okay, if these 2 points also added, now we can call this as an what? Undisclosed. Are you understood? First of all, they are defining the what is that asset located outside India. What is that asset located outside India? After that, if these 2 points or any one of the point is satisfied, that is only now we can treat it as what undisclosed asset outside India. This is a source. From this we are generating every year what income. If that income is also not disclosed, that is only called as what undisclosed foreign income. Example, shares are there. These shares are undisclosed. Shares related which income we can get? Dividend. The dividend only called as undisclosed foreign income, and the shares value only undisclosed foreign asset value. Now we are defining the 2 subsection 12 undisclosed foreign income and asset. Can you tell me? Already we defined undisclosed asset located outside India. This value we can take. Suppose shares or house property, whatever it may be, we held in outside India. For that no explanation. Explanation given also not satisfied. Suppose example, how much value 3 crores. From this, yes sir, from this asset we are generating some income. Example, rental income, dividend income, etc. Suppose if you held any debentures, you will get the debentures interest also. That income is also undisclosed. That income is also what ma? Undisclosed. So this total amount only called as what ma? Undisclosed foreign income and asset. On this value only we are required to apply what ma? 30%. Remember. Scope of this word. Yes, you know already. Scope means nothing but what ma? What are the things are include. Yes, sir. Income related values also, asset related value also we have to include. How we are computing this income and value? That is only what ma next section, computation of what ma? Undisclosed foreign income. Sir, how you can calculate this income? How you can calculate this asset related value? That we can discuss in what ma? Section 5. 4 scope ma, 5 computation of that value. Sir, what are the things included, you know, by using section 4? But what value we have to include, that is only section 5. Important, section 5 also. Okay. In section 4, simply they are saying what ma? Income. Value. What value? And which date value we have to take? These are all the things are given in section 5. 3 charging section, 4 scope, 5 how to compute the total undisclosed income as well as asset. Shall we start, Ra? Yes. Okay. Again, one more example for your clarity, Ra. India. Yes, sir. India, outside India, Ra. Mr. X is an resident and ordinary resident. He invested, yes, sir, in the one asset located outside India. Yes, sir. Remember, what is that asset located outside India? Ma? House property. But that asset properly disclosed. That's why you can't include this asset value in the scope. Why it is clearly disclosed? Sir, I have a salary income. With my salary income only, I purchased one property outside India. There's nothing wrong in that. You can invest also. Now, from this house, rental income generated. That rental income you are not disclosed. Now, this is what ma? This 20 lakh is included in the scope. Why? Income generated from the asset located outside India, that income is disclosed or undisclosed? Undisclosed. Now, you are invested in shares of one foreign company, that is what ma? Undisclosed. That shares value also now how much ma? 3 crores. Dividend income you are receiving, that dividend also what ma? Undisclosed. Now can you tell me, undisclosed asset located outside India means how much you have to say ma? 3 crores only. This 2 crores already disclosed. Undisclosed portion only 3 crores. Undisclosed foreign income from the asset located outside India, how much ma? Both the things are undisclosed. That's why how much ma? 50 lakh. Which is undisclosed clearly you have to know. Asset also undisclosed. Yes, sir. That related income also undisclosed. Total value is included in scope. Asset already disclosed, ma. But that related income not disclosed. Now what is it? Undisclosed. Income only undisclosed. Now, section 5. Important, ma. Sir, scope relating to this word already we discussed in section 4. But how to calculate the foreign income which is undisclosed, and how to calculate the undisclosed foreign asset value? That computation now we are going to discuss in the section 5. Okay. In above example, how many undisclosed incomes are there, ma? 2. Incomes are 2 only. Assets are 1. The 20 lakh or 30 lakh totally we have to include for this section 5. Computation of income means rental income or dividend income, whatever is arises from the foreign asset, that is undisclosed means we have to take the total value. Sir, many students are asking, sir, rental income, sir, we can take municipal taxes as a deduction, standard deduction. So we can take multiple amounts as a deduction. If you want to take the deduction, you have to disclose in your return of income. Under Income Tax Act 1961, you can pay taxes, but you are not doing such a things. So that's why it is treated as completely undisclosed. While calculating that amount, there is no deduction. Punishment only simply. If you haven't thought of claiming any expenditures as a deduction against that incomes, please furnish it and take it, no problem. You are not at all furnished in the return of income. That's why it is an undisclosed. Now, while including the scope as well as computation, total amount related that you have to add. Now, students again asking, sir, it is allowed in income tax, sir. Why you are not allowing in the block money? So that's why I am not raising a question. Whether or not allowable in accordance with the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961 or not, don't think about it. In this act, income means complete income we have to take. Yes, in this example, 20 lakh plus 30 lakh, totally you have to take on the 30% tax. So can I add education says no, 30% tax is enough. So next we have to add the what ma? Asset value also. Asset value related is very important. Shall we start ma? Yes. That too, asset means immovable property related. How it will be done also I will tell you. Yes sir, movable related, whatever the value is there, or income related, whatever the value, totally it is taxable, there is no deduction. But immovable property related value, they are given the some points, listen carefully, it is only 4-mark question. If it is over, then act is also over. If it is over, then act is also over, remember. Mr. X, yes sir, online are you following? Mr. X have an house property outside India, purchased in 2010-11 for 50 lakh ma. 50 lakh. What is that investment ma? 50 lakh. In which year? 10-11. 20 lakh. Yes sir. With the genuine money he purchased. Out of that 50 lakh, 20 lakh is in genuine money. Means already he disclosed that amount in the return of income in this year or earlier years. 30 lakh how undisclosed income. What is the proportion ma? 2:3. Disclosed versus undisclosed. In which year AO identified that asset ma? 24-25, 23-12-2024. Our assessing officer identified. Many years already over. So, but anyhow, our hero identified that asset in the 24-25. Now, AO identified year, starting day of the previous year. Please take ma. Am I correct ma? Starting day of the previous year. Hey, AO identified this asset in 24-25. In that year, first day, please take. On that first day, that asset fair market value is 1 crore. The immovable property fair market value, now how much ma? 1 crore. Which date fair market value we have to take ma? AO identified previous year first day. In exam they will give you multiple fair market values ma, but which date fair market value we have to take? AO identified that asset that year first day fair market value, please take. Sir, this 1 crore is undisclosed? No. Purchased in 10 and 11, 50 lakh, out of the 2/3 portion is nothing but what ma? Disclosed is there. 2:3. 2 represent what ma? Disclosed. 3 represent undisclosed. Here also in that proportion only you have to take the disclosed and undisclosed. Yes ma, please calculate 2 divided by 5 what ma? Disclosed. Yes sir, 3 divided by 5 what ma? Undisclosed. That means 1 crore fair market value na. From that, section 5 saying, please take the deduction relating to disclosed portion. How much ma? 40 lakh. What is that undisclosed ma? 60 lakh. This undisclosed only taxed at the rate of what ma? 30%. So this is only allowed as deduction under section 5. By way of giving this amount as a deduction, we computed the immovable property value leviable to tax at the rate of what ma? 30%. Are you understood how we are allowing the deduction in case of immovable property? Yes, sir. Whatever the disclosed portion, 20 lakh amount now appreciated to how much ma? 40 lakh. So that amount need not to be taxable. Only undisclosed income proportionate, how much increased ma? 30 lakh you invested. That is also what ma? Double. Yes, 60 lakh. This is only chargeable to tax at the rate of 30% under section 3. But this value computed in section 5. Are you understood ma? Okay, just for my satisfaction purpose ma. Section 3 is clearly saying the charging section for this head. Sorry, charging section for this what ma? Act. At the rate of 30%. On what ma? Undisclosed foreign income plus what ma? Asset. Yes, sir. In this, what are the things can be included, sir? Okay. If you want to know about the what are the things can be included in this, please refer section 4. That is on what ma? Scope of undisclosed foreign income and asset. Already they told income related two things ma. Income related how many ma? Two things. Income which is not disclosed in the return. Income related we are not at all file the return of income. Asset means what ma? Asset value we have to include. Okay, exactly please compute that. Yes, for this we have to refer section 5. So computation. Sir, computation means while calculating the income there is no deduction. Immovable property related section 5 deduction will be available. Are you understood? Up to now we are reading this point only. But remember in exam dates also important. Background we discussed. When the parliament passing this, when the president given the assent, when this is notified in the official gazette, these are all also important. Shall we go to the next point? Yes. Now, common points. Common points. Sir, in Income Tax Act 1961, we have an income tax authorities. So, few are assessment wing, few are investigation wing, we discussed already. So, department having the nomadic nature of CIT or directors of income tax we discussed. But under Block Money Act 2015, we have any separate income tax authorities? No. There is no separate income tax authorities. Yes, sir. There is no separate income tax authorities under the Block Money Act. Wherever we have an income tax authorities under Income Tax Act 1961. Yes, in 2 days back, I think we discussed income tax authorities under section 116. So, assessment wing, investigation wing, from principal chief commissioner of income tax to the inspector of income tax, and the principal director general of income tax to the inspector of income tax. That same authorities only now acting as an income tax authorities for the Block Money Act also. Now already we discussed that section ma. If you remember, no problem. Otherwise I will tell you section 124, jurisdiction of AO. If any assessing officer jurisdiction is allocated based on territorial area, case of class of cases, yes, case of incomes, etc. So that person can exercise his jurisdictional powers on any person who carrying the business or profession, who having the principal place of business in that jurisdiction, and who resides in that area. Here also same. If one jurisdictional area is allocated on whom we can exercise the powers, the same provision we have. Who are carrying the business or provision, who are having the principal place of business or provision. Next one, ma, who resides in the jurisdiction. Next. Change of incumbent means I will tell you, ma. SSE is there. Now SSE related assessment is taken by the Mr. X as an AO. Now who is taken the assessment of Mr. SSE ma? SSE is nothing but Mr. A. Who are taken the assessment ma? Mr. X. So due to resignation, due to death, due to removal, Mr. X removed. Now who can take that ma? Any other. Mr. Y. So new AO can take. That is only called as change of incumbent. So this will be the same as it is like an income tax authorities chapter. Yes, here also whoever conducting the assessment or whoever conducting the proceedings of any SSC due to any situation like a death, casual vacancy or anything, if that person removed, no problem, another person can take the assessment. So what is the twist here? I will tell you. Already 20% assessment done by the whom? Mr. X. The remaining 80% can be continued by the whom? Mr. Y. That means if you are taken the some part of assessment related to Mr. A already done. How much ma? 20. Example. Now successor can take the remaining 80%. But here SSE have a right to ask the please ignore these workings and please start from the beginning. These things also can be asked by whom? SSE. Why? That is department fault only. Whoever conducting that assessment, that person needs to complete it. Here change happened. That's why here SSE have a right to ask the what ma? Please start from the beginning. Or he can ask from the continuation also. And one more thing, for SSE department needs to provide what ma? Opportunity of being heard. This is only section 129. Next. Very important, assessment. Very important is what ma? Assessment. In previous we taken one example, he invested in a house property in 1011. SSC himself declared or assessing officer identified that? Assessing officer only identified. Okay. Suppose assessing officer on receipt of information from the any income tax authorities or any other law, nothing but okay, FEMA authorities or any authorities are identified, you have an foreign asset outside India, they identified that. Based on any information, maybe income tax authorities given that information or any other authorities are given that information. Based on that, our assessing officer can send the notice to whom? SSE. What is a notice? Sir, we received some information regarding that you have one asset located outside India. For that, please provide the details, documents, evidence. Sir, within what time? Specified date mentioned in the notice. Whenever they are given the notice, in that notice only they will mention time limit like 30 days, 40 days, 45 days, etc. Within that time you have to mention the what ma? Details. Simply, I have an asset in UK. They are asking the details about the how you are purchasing that asset in UK. Yes, if you have any details, then please submit that all the details to the assessing officer. Next point. No separate time limit. Yes, sir. For issuance of above notice means what? In 2010 you purchased also, no problem. Now I will send the notice and I will ask the information. In 1947 you are purchased any asset in outside India also. Now they can ask the information relating to that asset. There is no fixed deadline for asking of information relating to any foreign asset situated outside India. Are you understood, ma? Why they are mentioning, ma? So this is a disadvantage to the SSC only. Even though your grandfather purchased also, now if you are holding that asset, definitely they will send the notice. Sir, no separate return is required to furnish under this act, ma. Why? It is an only act for collecting the tax on undisclosed foreign income and asset. We don't want any returns separately under this act. If you want to file the return, please furnish the return of incomes under Income Tax Act 1961 only. Here there is no separate returns are required. Now, sir, generally in 2010-11 you purchased. Okay, I am sending the notice, sir, please furnish the bills and how you purchased that asset. All the details I am asking. If you have details, you will send. Otherwise, what ma? You will maintain silence. Then A won't required to do. He needs to send the what ma? Further notices also if you are not giving the response. Yes, how many further notices? Yes, depends upon assessing officer interest only. He can send the what ma? Further notices also. Next. AO is doing the enquiry to the SSC. Yes, we are required to send the what ma? Information. This information definitely assessing officer will use and he will compute the what ma? Undisclosed foreign income and asset. Example, we identified in this year, we are sending a notice to that fellow. Sir, you purchased one asset in 10-11, sir. Please submit the information. I send the notice. There is no time limit also. And I am asking this reply within 30 days. He given reply. Within that, he given the proofs for how much amount? 20 lakh. He is not given the proof for 30 lakh. Now, this information we have to consider and we can calculate the section 5 computation of total undisclosed foreign income and asset. Now we can say how much ma? 60 lakh. Based on this information only, we computed the what ma? Total undisclosed foreign income and asset. On that, you can calculate the tax at the rate of what ma? 30%. So your response is very, very important. Based on your response only, AO will compute the what is that amount liable to tax under this act. Next. Within how many days we have to pass the assessment order, ma? Assessment order required to pass within how many years, ma? 2 years from the end of the financial year in which a notice was issued by AO. So generally first we haven't sent the note, identified the year, which year, ma? 23-24. We identified, yes, you have an asset in outside India that happened in 23-24. Which year fair market value we have to take, ma? First day of that previous year fair market value. For this information purpose, we are asking the information by way of sending the notice in which year, ma? 24-25. This 24-25 year ending, within 2 years, AO required to pass the assessment order. Assessment order containing the what ma? This is a total undisclosed foreign income and asset, and this is an amount of tax you are required to pay. The type of an assessment order they has to be sent within how many years, ma? 2 years. From which year? In year, assessing officer send the notice. Sir, whatever the notice is sent, yes, this notice year ending within 2 years, he has to complete the assessment. Important MCQ. Yes, sir, please mark this as an important. Next, ma. If you given reply, based on that reply, we can compute the what, ma? Total undisclosed foreign income and asset. I send the notice, you are not given any reply. Now, how can I calculate ma? Best judgment? Based on available information and based on decision making of AO, AO shall compute the what ma? Total undisclosed foreign income on that tax liability. This is only called as what ma? Best judgment. If you give an information, based on that information I will conduct the assessment. If you are not provided that information, based on available information we can complete the assessment. Same as it is like an best judgment assessment in normal cases. Now, yes, sir, a small provision, liability of the manager of the company. Sir, if any company is not paying the tax, then who is responsible, ma? Directors, but out of that, managing director is responsible. That is only point. Sir, every person being a manager, at any time during the previous year, they are jointly and severally responsible. Yes, sir, just one day, I become the managing director of that company. So I don't know how they are making me as a managing director also, because they want to reduce their tax burden. So generally 3 are there. 3 managing directors are there. Now one day I am also acted as a managing director. Now here tax liability required to be shared by how many? 4. Even one day also no problem. Yes, you are an managing director, that's why you are required to share the tax liability, which is defaulted by whom? Company. But myself, I am very clear in that one day I am not at all doing anything. Definitely, if you prove your, sir, I am not acting any gross negligent way, I am not doing any misoffense, I am not doing any breach of activity. If you prove that all the things, then you can be excluded from the what? Jointly and severally liable provision. If you prove yourself as an good, then this provision is not applicable for you. Clear up to now? Now, the same thing, partnership firm, if anything is not, if any tax is not paid, partners are jointly and severally liable. AOP members are liable. BOI members are liable. Can you tell me? Here we are calling that partners or members as an what? Participants. Participants at any time during the previous year, if are there, they are jointly and severally responsible. Here also the same thing. One partner is minor. If he proved his gross negligence related points, yes, sir, I am not at all acting any fraudulent way. I am not at all acting in, I am not at all doing any breach of my duties. In such a case, that person is excluded from this provision. That is only point. If any participant, participant means partnership case, partners. AOP, BOI case, members. If they are proving that non-recovery of tax, it is not related to any negligence or misoffense or breach of any duty, this provision is not applicable to that person. Are you clear up to now? So first of all, are you understood the chapter? It is related to disclosed, undisclosed, undisclosed. In India or outside India? Outside India. We need to tax only income or asset also? Asset. Disclosed assets or undisclosed? Undisclosed. So scope, what are the things are included? We discussed in section 4. What are the things, how we can compute these are all the things? Section 5. Sir, while computing related to any undisclosed income, can we give any deduction? No. But in case of immovable property, proportionate to disclosed amount, we can give it as an deduction. Value we have to take. Which value? Stamp duty value, fair market value, fair market value. On which date? AO identified year, starting day. AO identified year, starting day. Now, can you tell me, assessment can be completed within how many years? 2 years. From the end of the financial year in which AO send the notice. Sir, why we are required to conduct the assessment? Okay, based on any information, based on any other loss information, AO will send the notice to the SSC. Sir, we identified one asset located outside India that belongs to you. Please submit the information. If you submitted that information, based on that, we can compute the section 5 total undisclosed foreign income and asset and tax liability. If you are not given anything, we can go with the what? Best judgment assessment. Now, this penalties and prosecution, not okay. Just if you have an energy, also you can ignore. If you have an energy also, you can ignore, no point. Sir, but after discussing the penalties and prosecution chapter, this you know already. We are not at all discussed any penalties and prosecution chapter. Now these are all the things are new to you. If penalties and prosecution chapter completed, these are all the things already known. Clear? Now, some points I will tell you from these penalties and prosecution also. But now last point is very important in this chapter. Rounding off. In Income Tax Act 1961, total income as well as tax liability should be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. That means 5 or more should be rounded off to 10. Here, this is an income. In this Block Money Act, this is only we can call it as what? Income. This should be rounded off to nearest multiples of what? 100. That means before applying 30%, whatever that income is there, that income should be rounded off to multiples of what? 100. After calculating the tax, after calculating what? Tax, that amount should be rounded off to what? Nearest multiples of 10. This is a differentiation we have compared to the Income Tax Act 1961. Remember thoroughly. In Income Tax Act 1961, both the things are rounding off to 10 only. Here, income rounding off to 100, tax rounding off to 10. Now, some penalties I will discuss. We have 10 minutes time, so that's why we can discuss that. And workbook question, please tell me Black Money Act. Sorry? 230. Yes, sir. Direct theory question. Question number 1 is direct theory question. What is that? Section 4. Next, definitions. Sir, what is that undisclosed asset located outside India? And what is that foreign income and undisclosed foreign income and asset? 3 is nothing but computation. Question number 3 is nothing but what? Computation of undisclosed foreign income and asset. Next, income tax authorities under Block Money Act. Assessment complete theory question. Question number 6, rounding of provision. Question number 7, practical question. Now I will tell you. Yes, ma. Krishna is a director of which company, ma? RSM Private Limited up to March 31st, 2024. He left India in April 2024. In which year he left India, ma? 24-25. For settlement in country G with his son. He was in India. He is always filing the ITR. In that financial year 2015-16, he purchased an apartment in UK with how much amount, ma? 200 lakh. Sir, how much amount is disclosed in written, ma? 80 only. That means out of 200 lakh, 80 lakh is what, ma? Disclosed. Yes, ma. Next 120 lakh is what, ma? Undisclosed. Immovable property or movable property? Immovable. In which year he purchased the 15-16. 15-16 values that are now. Yes, ma. May 2024. Yes, sir. Information from the Enforcement Directorate. Partial undisclosed foreign asset comes to the notice of assessing officer. In which year that comes to the notice, ma? 24-25, which comes to the notice that day, first day of the previous year. Means nothing but what, ma? 24. Fair market value given how much, ma? So how much amount? 300 lakh. Sir, this 300 lakh, yes, can you tell me how much proportionate, ma? 300 into 80 divided by 200. Right, ma? Can you calculate how much amount, ma? 300 into 120 divided by 200. So can you tell me this is an allowed as what, ma? Deduction. Can you tell me how much? 120. So 180 is nothing but what, ma? Taxable under section. Which section? So taxable, okay, under section 3, but value we identified in section 5. Now, please remember 180 lakh into what is the rate we are going to apply, ma? 30%. Please remember we are required to apply only just 30%. Don't add any health and education cess. In charging section, we are mentioned only 30% rate. There is no education cess and surcharge related. Now, next one more question, ma. What is the time limit for completing the assessment? So 2 years from the end of the year in which notice sent. Notice sent in which year, ma? 24-25. So 24-25 means what is the last date, ma? 31st March 2025 plus 2 years, that is 31st March 2027. Please change it as an 27. Ra. Clear, ma? So every attempt they are given the MCQs also from this concept only. Concept means nothing but deduction we can claim with respect to immovable property and time limit for completion of the assessment. Assessment section number, ma? Section 10 of the Block Money Act. Now, so penalties related, okay, we can discuss some penalties. Right? Yes, ma. Here, I don't want to discuss any names, etc. But remember, penalty always given in the form of what, ma? Amount. Prosecution means nothing but what, ma? Imprisonment. Here in Block Money Act, imprisonment always rigorous. Normal imprisonment will be there and rigorous. What do you mean by the rigorous? Roju kotastara padugune? Sir, normally imprisonment means definitely we have to stay in one jail. Okay, that is a normal imprisonment. Rigorous means every day they have to do that integration, etc. No. Rigorous means some facilities are not available. Yes, in jail also you can, coin boxes also will be there. You can communicate and you can watch TV and you can roaming on the entire jail premises. That is a normal imprisonment. If you are specifically put in one premises or one room, that is only rigorous. Okay, only difference between the rigorous and normal, some activities you can access in jail also. Are you clear? I don't have any experience, but my friends having some experience, they are only clearly explained what is a rigorous and what is a normal. Okay. Next. Next, ma, remember these points, okay, after some days you can learn after penalties chapter. Now I will tell you. Yes, ma. Note point 4. Yes, sir. If you want to levy the penalty, remember, ma, if any penalty we want to impose, yes, sir, impose, whose approval is required, ma? JC permission is required. Above we have in different penalties, so that maybe, yes, sir, some cases 10 lakh also, yes, some cases 50,000 to 2 lakh, different amounts are there. If you want to levy the penalty, some cases you have to take an approval of whom? JC. JC means Joint Commissioner. When? If penalty exceeding 1 lakh, we want to levy the penalty of 1 lakh on the one person. Yes. Now, if the penalty levying by the ITO wants to levy the penalty more than how much, ma? 1 lakh. Definitely, he can't levy on his own. He is required to take the permission of whom? JC. I think you know ITO is an, yes, sir, lower level of income tax authority. Below ITO, we have an TRO as well as inspector of income tax. He is a lower level authority. Up to 1 lakh he can levy on his own. But more than 1 lakh, if he want to levy, he has to take a permission of whom? JC. Next. Assistant or deputy commissioner wants to levy the penalty more than how much ma? 5 lakh, they need to take a permission of whom ma? JC. That means Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax can levy the penalties up to 5 lakh. But if they want to levy the penalty more than 5 lakh, whose permission is required? JC permission is required. Okay. Sir, if you want to learn about things or not, okay, I don't want to bother about it, but note point 4, maybe they can force it as an MCQ. What is that? Sir, ITO can levy the penalty up to 1 lakh without any permission. And Assistant Commissioner and Deputy Commissioner also can levy the penalty up to 5 lakh without any permission. If ITO wants to levy the penalty more than 1 lakh, JC permission is required. If AC and DC wants to levy the penalty more than 5 lakh, they need to take the permission of JC, Joint Commissioner. Clear? Sir, how we can do the rounding off in Black Money Act? Ma? Huh? Total income rounded off to lowest or nearest? Nearest. Multiples of 100. Yes, tax liability, nearest multiples of 10. Clear? So, section 3, 4, 5. Next, section 10. What is the section 10? Assessment. Assessment completion time limit is very important. 3 is 2 years. Clear? Yes, this is only block money. Many times they are given the MCQ, which fair market value we have to take. Yes, sir. In suggested answers also, one MCQ mistake is there. So whatever that answer I am given, that is only correct. Okay, I referred Bayer Act also. In one attempt, they are given the question. AO identified year, starting day of the previous year, whatever the fair market value is there, that is only we are required to take for computing the section 5 value. Clear? Yes, sir. Thank you. And if you open the CA books, you have a different content also, different rules also, not required. If our study material containing any extra matter other than this, yes, please let me know, I will teach. Are you understood? Yes, if you open, okay, if you verified also, every point is covered in that handwritten notes itself. Thank you.